Hello everyone, this is Richard here with Terraform Tiny Homes, and this is part of my segment I'm calling Terraform Explores. I am doing a post-trail gear review of the Joshua Tree Traverse, or the California Riding and Hiking Trail that I just completed yesterday. I ended up planning a 3-day hike, did a 2-day hike because of some gear failures and because of some weather. So I will be going through what I brought, why I brought it, and what I will be changing in the future in preparation for the Pacific Crest Trail. Just to kind of set you guys up, this is my second shakedown hike for the PCT. I'm still getting gear dialed in quite a bit. Being a tiny house person and minimalist kind of person, I've learned to have one nice thing, not like a bunch of, junk things. So a lot of my gear is kind of higher end. I kind of go on one of two ends of the spectrum. I either get stuff for free or I get really good gear. My thought is, if I'm going to invest, I might as well invest in it, kind of thing. So I'm still running through some stuff, still trying to figure some stuff out, but give you guys an idea of where I'm starting from at least. So going through kind of a quick overview of everything I've got worn, all that kind of stuff on the trail. I'll start with my big three. So the backpack I will be starting with is a 50-liter backpack. It is a Quechua 4 Class 50 Easy Lift backpack. I picked this up in Europe whenever I was in Spain because the 65-liter backpack I had was just too big. I've been happy with this backpack so far. It was like 70 euros, so something like 90 bucks. But it's a traditional backpack. It's got the hip straps, it's got everything. One thing I will be doing on this is adding some shoulder pockets for a water bottle and a phone and stuff like that. But overall, it's a good backpack. I did the Camino de Santiago with it. That was a 130-mile hike over 7 days. Didn't have the right gear in it, but it was all my luggage and stuff in there, but it still worked pretty well. The second part of the big three is my tent, which is a gear top, one-man trekking pole tent. For my trekking poles, I have the black diamond aluminum cork trekking poles. I went with aluminum instead of carbon because I'm hard on gear. I break things, and so I wanted something a little more durable, even if they were a little heavier. Kind of do the trick where you wrap some tape. I got to put some more duct tape and blister tape on the trekking poles because I used quite a bit of it on this hike. My footprint is this here, which is just a Harbor Freight cheapy couple dollar tarp that I cut down to fit the footprint of the tent, and the tent stakes are the ones that came with it. Last part of my big three is my sleeping quilt. This is the Enlightened Equipment quilt. Was hesitant about this quilt because they are expensive, but after using it in the tiny house quite a bit, and then this was my first time using it out in the wild, I've been really happy with this quilt. I like the quilts over the sleeping bags because I don't like being zipped up and locked into it. And it's lighter, it's really warm. It got down to the 30s, and I was totally fine in this. Rounding out my sleeping system, I have a Trekology pillow, and then the Thermarest Evo Light. The Thermarest, we're not on good terms right now, so I was about 30 minutes into laying down, and this is the second time I've used this mat, and it tore. I contacted Thermarest, said, hey, this isn't right. There wasn't any rocks or anything underneath it, and the odds of them getting back to me are very low. So not a big fan of Thermarest. I know some people are, but it's ridiculous to me that after using an $80 mat twice that the fabric tears and I'm sleeping on the ground. That was a lot of the reason, in addition to the weather, that I pushed through and did a 25-mile day instead of 2 shorter days. But such is life. Continuing on. I'm using the Sea to Summit 13-liter dry bag as my food bag. I'll be going through this. This is one of my biggest struggles right now, is learning how to pack appropriately on food and water for the hike. So I'll open this up a little bit later, but that's what I had left. This is probably, I don't know, 4 pounds worth of food that I overpacked. And I was eating like crazy on the trail too, so that's something that I need to figure out, and that's going to be a lot more through hikes to dial that in. Going through water system. My plan for the trail, I've got 2 1-liter Smart Water bottles, using the Sawyer Squeeze water filter like everyone does. And then I picked up the Knock Outdoors 2-liter bladder. This is my first time using this, but it seems really cool. It seems really durable, which is good for me. Didn't leak, didn't have any issues like that. The only thing I don't like about it, and I hope this is just because it's brand new, is that I got a really plasticky taste in the water after it had sat for a day or so. That was kind of unpleasant, so I'm hoping that that goes away after it gets used a handful of times. And I cleaned it and I did everything I was supposed to do, but it just kind of tasted plasticky, which was a little weird to me. Yeah, going through my kind of ditty bag, cook systems, all that kind of stuff. This is an area that will need to get pared down. I love my butt pad. This is just a cheapy, like $6 little foam pad that has been with me for months. That was pretty much a daily carry whenever I was in Europe. It just makes life so much easier. Poop system, got the Deuce #1, the bigger one. I'll sacrifice the point whatever ounce to have a bigger shovel. It's kind of debating on getting this because they're like 20 bucks for a little thing, but I figure it's something that I use every day, and especially early in the morning I don't want to mess with, finding a sharp stick or something. For my cook system, I'm going to be trying cold soaking, and this was my first time doing that, and I actually really liked it. So I've just got the Sea to Summit little spoon, long handled spork, and this is just a peanut butter jar. I did couscous in that, and that worked out really awesome. I've done oatmeal in it before. I'm learning a lot more about that. I'll go through some food stuff later, but yeah, pretty happy with the cold soaking system thus far. My stovetop, my burner, broke previously on my last trip, and so yeah, I'm gonna try cold soaking for a little bit. As far as electronics go, I have the Garmin InReach spot device, GPS tracker, all that kind of stuff. I like it's a little heavy, not a lot of people carry it, but to me it's one of those things that you don't need until you need it. This trip it came out really helpful because of being able to text message. So I was able to get a ride to and from the trail, and I was able to stay in communication with my trail angel that was shuttling me back and forth. The Anchor battery pack, I think this is a 10,000. Not 100% sure. Let's see. Yes, 10,000. And yeah, this worked great. This may be a little overkill. I charged my phone, I think, twice, and then I charged my headphones on it once and just went down 1 bar. So really happy with that. Going through kind of the ditty bag, sunscreen. I'm going to be switching. This is just some sunscreen that I found on a trail somewhere that someone had dropped. Works really good. I'll use it till it runs out. And then I think I want to switch to like a stick sunscreen, like the deodorant stick kind of thing. Little notebook. I carry everything in these little mesh bags. They're pretty awesome. I've had those for years. Headlamp, nothing special there. Some alcohol pads, a couple band-aids, toothpaste, toothbrush. Since I was hiking in a lot of cactus and desert, I brought the fingernail clippers, tweezers, and a needle just in case Kicked a cactus once, that was a bad deal. But yeah, glad I had those. Bic Mini. This is a debate that I'm having internally that I really need to get over. This was my planned knife for the PCT. I keep bringing the big Rambo knife kind of thing just because for some reason I think it will protect me more kind of thing. It's heavier and it's not necessary, but I can't psychologically get myself out of carrying it quite yet. And then just some eye drops, ibuprofen. These were great, actually. My first through hike, I didn't bring earplugs, and I debated bringing them because my thought is I want to hear things at night and like be aware of what's going on around me. But that just kept me up all night, and like every little wind flap was waking me up. And so tried headphone or earplugs this time, and I think I will be keeping those just because I can hear well enough that if something's trying to get in my tent, it's going to wake me up really quick, but every little wind flap isn't waking me up. Hand sanitizer, and then I do bring a bandage wrap. This may or may not come. I am prone to like hurting myself, and so I like the idea of having that. And then going through clothes. So shoes. Ultra Temps. Ultra's awesome. Everyone uses them. These are my second pair that I've gone through. My first pair lasted me most of Utah, 3 months in Europe, and all of the Camino before they kind of finally eventually fell apart. Second pair, we'll be using these on the trail. Underwear, I use Smart Wool boxers. Had these for years. Great, love them. I'll carry 2 pairs of Darn Tough socks. Also kept me through Europe. Actually, I only had 1 pair in Europe, and 1 pair kept me for 3 months, and that was awesome. As far as just little stuff, I've got 2 buffs that I'm bringing. One is a lightweight UV buff, and one is like a fleece buff. Both of these I found that people had dropped on the trail, and so I said a lot of my stuff is either high-end or free, and so you keep in both of those, and then I just have a little bandana to help clean up and wash feet and all that kind of stuff. Going through what I was wearing, these are just a pair of zip-off hiking pants. They're from Cabela's. They were like 20 bucks. They lasted me 3 months in Europe. I have 2 pairs that are exactly the same. I'll only be bringing one of them, but love those. Actually wearing the other pair right now. Smart Wool, this is a lightweight long sleeve shirt, like I think Henley style, something like that. I was really impressed actually by this because I brought this one, which is a lightweight Smart Wool shirt, and then this one, which is a thicker weight REI merino wool as well. I love merino wool. It's just so nice. It keeps you warm, keeps you cool, doesn't stink. Great. I do as much merino wool as I can, but brought this one and didn't actually end up wearing it despite it being down in the 30s and windy and crazy. The first day I wore just this, and then this is my it's a Quechua rain jacket. It's nothing special. It was 10 bucks or something like that. Packs down really nicely. Really, really happy with this, actually. And so between those two, in the, 50s, 40s with wind and cold, I stayed pretty good in that. Used the rain jacket more as a windbreaker than anything. This was good down to the 50s with just this as long as I was hiking. And then thing I got since my last shakedown hike was my REI puffy jacket. I think this is the 650. Got it on sale. It's like 75 bucks. It worked awesome. I love this jacket already. And I was really debating getting a thicker jacket, but then decided to go lightweight and try it, and I'm really happy with it. Additionally, I've got sunglasses, which I found somewhere for free. Pair of lightweight gloves. These are great. My awkward dad hat and a beanie I got for free. And all of that goes into one of these little mesh bag kind of things. So yeah, that's kind of the whole backpack situation. it was a good trip all in all. Very good learning experience about everything, and I'm really excited for the PCT. So I was a little bit nervous. It wasn't so real until after this trip, but I've officially bought my plane ticket to San Diego. We'll be starting April 5th. If you are doing the PCT, or if you're in the Southwest over the next couple months and want to do a hike, hit me up, comment, let me know. I'm always happy to have people along. I do not like solo camping very much. The nights are scary still, so that's something I got to get over. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, do all this stuff. I am Terraform Tiny Homes on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and I will be doing more of these Terraform Explores videos coming up soon. Getting ready for the PCT, and then hopefully doing a lot along the PCT. So thanks for watching.